So, about a year ago, I heard about this. Actually, I would say like a year and a half ago. I was at my friend's house. Her name was Angie, and uh, she was just a good friend of mine that just let me stay over while I was going to orientation at VCU. This was during the summer time frame, and she introduced me to a friend who is now who I call a brother now, and his name is Kui. And she introduced me because I'm a Marine. You know, it was my third year, and I just came home from South Africa, or I think this was right before I went to South Africa. And I'm a Marine, and she had a friend that wanted to give me or wanted me to give him advice on joining the Marine Corps because he was very interested in being a United States Marine depper or recruit or United States Marine in general. And she brought me over to his house. I met up with him, and he was a really cool guy. He really inspired me. I really this guy really we clicked immediately, and we started hanging out. We I really opened up to him, and he opened up to me, and he definitely when I was hanging out with him, I was looking on his wall while we were playing game. I think we were watching Star Wars or some shit, and I was looking at his wall, and he had these like jackets up. I didn't know what these jackets was. He had like a bunch of Greek letters on it. I thought it was a bunch of Star Wars or freaking not Star Wars. I ain't that ignorant. I'm a Star Wars fan, by the way. I thought it was a bunch of StarCraft symbols on his jacket. Like he's in a StarCraft crew or something. He's like playing mad fucking competitive StarCraft, and he's on a fucking team and shit. And I just thought he was a dork. I was like, I didn't mind too much. He told me a little bit about it. He's like, yeah. That's my fraternity, man. It's like the Marine Corps. It's a brotherhood like the Marine Corps. What you know about that? I ain't know shit about that. And I was like, oh, nigga, you's a frat boy? You 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 frat it up and shit. You fucking party. You fucking stick it in a couple of girls' butt and stuff. You a little nasty guy. You probably can't blame me. I was a little ignorant. And uh, I call him something very ignorant during the time, and I used the word fraggot. Like, yo, you're a fucking fraggot. I definitely different during that mindset because during that time I was new to college, new to a real college university. I was a brand new student of VCU, and I really didn't know anything about Greek. And I started school, and before school started, I moved in with my roommates, and I live at this place down the street called Eighth and a Half. I met a couple of roommates through Facebook, and they ended up being my close friends, my pledge bro later on. But let me get to that point first. And the first thing we did the first week when we moved in together was like we took a shot and we promised each other that we'll be friends forever. I thought it was pretty funny. I can still remember now. Um, then I think after that week, rush week started, and we rushed for the Phi Epsilon. And yeah, I didn't know anything about Lambda Phi Epsilon. I just, his brother just showed me a bunch of videos on partying and shit, and I just thought it was like a good time. And he told me it was like, it'll teach you discipline and family and stuff. Definitely did. Definitely changed my life. I joined Lambda Phi Epsilon, and it totally changed my view and perspective on family. Because before I was a brother, I didn't give two shit about family. To tell you the truth, I didn't I didn't care too much because I didn't really understood. Personally, my dad walked out when I was little, and you know well said enough. There wasn't a lot of family in my life until, a couple times where I saw people as my family, and I used to be a little gangbanger back then. Got me, in a couple of trouble, but I realized I grew up, and I realized those are my family or friends. They were just stupid people that I hung out with. So I got into college, and I definitely rushed for this fraternity called Lambda Phi Epsilon, and it really opened my eyes because when I rushed, I knew and I saw from my own eyes and perspective that these were a bunch of guys with good morals that I can hang out with. That I can definitely put all my time and effort. I found something that I really love. Definitely more than infatuated feeling for like a female or anything like that. It was it was a real genuine family, and I pledged. And my roommates, I dragged them in too, and at first they were really skeptical about it, and they didn't really want to do it. But guess what? They're still here, and 1 year later, we still live in the same fucking house together. What you fucking know about that? Yeah, but sometimes there are moments where I fucking hate them to death, and other times where I really love them unconditionally. And I'm here for the family side. That's originally why I joined Lambda Phi Epsilon. Damn, I can't believe it's been like almost a year that you know I crossed into this brotherhood, and I can't believe that my Dilo, who's a beta, he picked me up. Definitely a very, I think he's a very unique guy in my life because he's very. I can tell that he has learned life definitely the hard way because he has made mistakes in his life, but he it has made him a very, very better person. I think so. And with he is the personal perfect guidance that I was looking for when I was looking for an older brother. I didn't really think I was gonna get him. He didn't really talk to me much, and then next thing you know, bam, I'm your fucking big bro. I'm your fucking Dilo. It's pretty weird looking back, and then since he picked me up, I became an attraction, and I my his big is this brother named Johnny, and he's a great guy too. There's nothing bad that I can say about Johnny because he has a very very big heart, and it's just this is how he wanted his lineage to be, and I'm the third generation down the block. It's my Dilo, and then myself, and then my Dilo has five twins. I mean, not five twins, five silo. No, four silo, two little sis. So it's a big bracket in my hood. But you know what? It's not that big of a lineage, and we honestly love each other. That's something I really love about my lineage, and definitely now when I wear my letters, I don't think about Lambda Phi Epsilon in a general whole. I think about attraction because my experience of Lambda Phi Epsilon is made by these brothers, Johnny and On, and my lineage attraction. Those are the good memories I had in the past, and it made me a better brother. So, you know, 1 year later, still here repping, still here teaching. I definitely want to tell those people who are curious about being Lambda or being in Lambda Phi Epsilon, take that chance because you never know where you're going to end up in, or you never know who your big is going to be, or what lineage you're going to fall in, and what kind of experience you have. And one purpose of being in a fraternity or sorority overall is having the social network connection, and definitely I've gotten that in various ways, and I really really enjoyed it. If it weren't for Lambda Phi Epsilon, I wouldn't have met like some of the people or brothers or sisters from other schools that have definitely left a mark in my life. A little emotional, you know. Yeah, in my feelings, but it's something I definitely would like to not forget. I want to be reminded. No, I want to be reminded, or sometime I need to be reminded on why I joined in the first place and how much I love this fraternity, or what is the image that I'm trying to impose on people, because I've already made my decision. The only brothers that I want to be alike is my Dilo and my Didilo. There's no one else that can change my image of Lambda Phi Epsilon now. Those are the two people that I really adore within this brotherhood, and they are definitely an asset in my life. And I can't ever embarrass them or turn away from them. You know, I hope they realize that I love them just as much as they love me, because they have shown me great love, or really, really, huge fucking amount of love that I can never ever fucking give back. I mean, it's not about, I'm pretty sure, putting myself in their shoes, it's not about giving back to them. It's about giving to the future silos and, future little brothers that I might pick up one day and become a great image to them and pass on their tradition, so our family and lineage won't die out. It's all about tradition, and I don't ever want to let it go. Don't you forget, 50 Cal. I think this concludes it, but this pretty much concludes it. Just, it's just something that needed to be done for myself, not just anyone. If anyone ever views this and, think I'm like a softie or something, I don't go fucking hard. It is what it is. And that's my experience that I wanted to put down in a video so I wouldn't forget.